On my desk here at my home and also at my office, I have two things written, and I've had these reminders written for myself for well over 20 years, and I read them every day. The first one reminds me, it says, you are the culmination of your decisions, meaning whatever habits that I have daily, they're going to lead me down a path long term, and they're going to add up. The second one is to stay physically strong, to be mentally unbeatable. And what that means to me is I have a responsibility to my family, to my clients, to my community to stay strong. It reminds me to work out, it reminds me to eat well, it reminds me to put the cookie down, and just to use the habits that keeps me in a physically strong place where I can mentally be of service and physically to those people in my life that are so important. Habits truly take you where you're going. And so in money, it is no different. There are 3 cornerstone habits that you need to help your kids learn before they leave your home. And if you haven't learned them yet, I think it's time. Number 1, you need to live within your means. Teach your kids what living within your means means. It means living within either your income or your investments, however you get your income on a monthly, annual basis, living within that. If you live within your means, then you have enough money, you have enough leftover cash for emergencies, for opportunities. These are the things that put people into credit card debt for years and years and years. They don't expect the car to break down or to have to replace the refrigerator, but something always happens. And if you don't have the cash or you haven't lived within your means, you start building up credit card debt. And for everything that you live over your means on, you gotta get the money somewhere. And this is how people end up in debt. The debt creates worry. And then the habit of living within your means becomes more and more difficult. So teach your kids to start right away, right when they start earning an income, to mirror your behavior of living within your means. Number 2, teach them the habit of really understanding, checking and reviewing your protection planning on an annual basis. What does that mean? It means your life insurance, your disability insurance, your health insurance, your long-term care insurance, house insurance, car insurance. There are a lot of risks that really make a traumatic difference in a family if something happens. If there's a premature death, that one's obvious. But what's not so obvious is there's a much higher percentage of a likelihood that you may become disabled, which if you can't earn your income, how do you take care of all you needed to take care of financially? Is your income protected? Long-term care is becoming a huge issue as families start to age, and many of us are seeing it as we take care of our parents. And home insurance, car insurance, flood insurance, fire insurance. I'm here in California, and after all the homes have burnt down recently here in California, my first thought was, I hope they had the right insurance. I hope they reviewed it and they were covered properly. Teach your kids that it is an important habit to understand it and review it on a regular basis. And finally, systematic savings. So often when we want to retire, we want to send our kids to college, we want to make a big purchase, we think it's going to be one big act. But saving just a small amount of money every month for every year can have huge impacts on what you have available for kids for education, for your own retirement, for a big purchase. So often it isn't a big hit, meaning a big bonus or I win the lottery, that makes the difference for us in whether we're happy with our financial future or not. It is whether you saved systematically. Kind of boring, a little bit at a time, but it makes a huge difference. So teach your kids to start systematically saving early. 3 cornerstones. Number 1, live within your means. Number 2, always review and understand your protection or your risk planning. And number 3, save systematically. If you have questions or comments, please let me know. Have a great week.